Your person has always perceived you as someone remarkably different from anyone they've encountered before. You're unlike the people they're used to, and that contrast is exactly what captivates them. There's something about your energy, your presence, your way of being, it's unfamiliar yet deeply alluring. It challenges their perceptions of what love and connection are supposed to feel like. That difference doesn't scare them, rather, it pulls them in even more. They see a depth in you, a quiet strength, and a sense of authenticity that they can't find anywhere else. You've awakened something within them that they didn't even realize was dormant. They've come to a place where they no longer want anyone else to even have the chance to romance you. In their heart, you're the one they want, and their focus is completely on becoming the best version of themselves so they can show up in your life as someone worthy of your love and presence. They understand that this connection is special, possibly rare, and they don't want to jeopardize it with half-truths or emotional immaturity. That's why they are choosing healing. They're consciously investing in their growth and transformation because they know that in order to truly meet you on your level, they need to arrive with their most authentic self. This is not a surface-level attraction. This is something that has reached their core. Your person is not rushing this process. They are willing to wait for as long as it takes. They're learning patience, surrendering to divine timing, and allowing the universe to guide their path. They are committed to getting energetically aligned with you because they sense that this alignment is key, not only to your union but also to their personal fulfillment. The lessons they've endured from past karmic cycles, painful relationships, poor choices, emotional patterns have shaped them. Those experiences taught them what doesn't work, what they no longer want, and more importantly, who they no longer want to be. Now, they are ready to do the right things, even when they're difficult. They're done with shortcuts, dishonesty, and avoidance. This time, they want to build something real. What they feel when you're in their life is a sense of renewed ambition. You inspire them to reach higher, dream bigger, and stay grounded while doing so. They feel more purposeful and driven, as though your energy activates something within them that had long been sleeping. With you, life doesn't feel like a routine, it feels like a mission. They are receiving powerful signs, whether through intuition, dreams, synchronicities, or conversations, that it's time to let go of their old life. The jobs, the environments, the people, and habits that no longer serve their growth are becoming increasingly uncomfortable. You represent the future they want to step into, and in order to do so, they know they have to leave the past behind. One of the most profound things they've noticed is how their creative energy surges when they're near you or even just speaking to you. You don't just make them feel loved, you make them feel alive. You activate parts of them they had forgotten existed. You stir their imagination, unlock new ideas, and give them the courage to express themselves in ways they once hesitated to. This creative spark is not random, it's a reflection of the deep spiritual and emotional connection you share. It's a bond that goes beyond words or logic. It's soul level. At the same time, your silence and emotional distance are not going unnoticed. But rather than making them feel rejected, it's helping them grow. You are holding space, letting them choose their own path, and allowing them to decide how and when they will show up. This restraint on your part demonstrates maturity, emotional intelligence, and self-respect. You're not chasing or forcing the connection. Instead, you've established strong boundaries that communicate your worth. Those boundaries may be challenging for them, but they're necessary. They are showing your person that if they want to be part of your life, they must rise above their own immaturity and meet you at your level. Your silence is not absence, it's guidance. You are leading by example. You're showing them that love isn't always about closeness, sometimes it's about distance that calls someone to evolve. You are teaching them, without words, what it means to grow, to heal, and to love in a healthy and conscious way. That, more than anything, is pushing them forward. They don't want to remain the version of themselves that would miss out on someone like you. They're transforming, slowly but surely, so they can show up not just as someone who wants you, but as someone who deserves you. In your quiet strength, you are doing more than you realize. You're helping them heal, even from afar. You're shaping their understanding of love, maturity, commitment, and self-worth. And though this journey may take time, your person is on it, with you in their heart, guiding their steps toward a better version of themselves, and ultimately, toward you. I want to start by saying that I'm truly sorry for crossing your boundaries, for letting you down, and for not showing up for you the way you deserved. I've had a lot of time to reflect on everything, and I recognize how deeply I messed up. I didn't just make a mistake, I hurt someone I deeply care about, and that's something I carry with me every day. I never intended to cause you pain, but intentions don't erase the damage, and I know that now more than ever. I've come to understand how important respect, trust, and space are in any relationship, especially in one that carries deep emotions. Looking back, I realize I wasn't careful with your heart. I acted selfishly and impulsively, and in doing so, I crossed lines that should have never been approached. I let fear, ego, and insecurity guide my actions, and those things have no place where love, care, and connection exist. I don't want to keep hurting you. That's the last thing I ever want to do again. And so, instead of coming forward and speaking to you directly, I've been staying back, observing quietly from a distance. Not because I don't care, but because I care so deeply that I'm afraid of doing more damage. I know that approaching you now might feel like reopening a wound. I ask about you through others, not to intrude, but because I still carry a part of you with me every day, and it's unbearable not knowing how you're doing. My silence isn't a sign of indifference, it's the result of fear and guilt. I feel like I've already caused enough pain, and I don't want to add more. I'm afraid that my presence might be more of a reminder of what went wrong than of what we once shared. That thought alone crushes me. I wish I had handled things differently. I wish I had respected your boundaries from the beginning and shown up for you in the way you needed me to. But instead, I let my emotions and confusion dictate my actions, and it cost me something truly special. You are someone incredibly rare. You have a heart full of depth, a mind full of wisdom, and an energy that radiates warmth and light. You're deserving of love that is consistent, respectful, nurturing, and genuine. And right now, I have to admit that I haven't been capable of giving you all of that. It's a hard truth to accept, but I can't deny it. I think about it constantly, how you deserve someone who meets you where you are, someone who pours into you the way you pour into others. And yet, even with all this understanding, there's still a selfish part of me that hopes no one else gets to love you the way I want to. I know that's not fair. I know it's rooted in my own longing and inability to let go. But it's the truth, I still want you. I still feel this intense pull toward you. I miss the way you made me feel and the way your presence brought peace into my life, even in the smallest ways. I miss your laugh, your voice, the way you lit up a room just by walking into it. Your energy is unlike anything I've ever encountered. It's magnetic. It's soft and powerful all at once. I crave it, I want to be near it. I want it all to myself. I know that may sound possessive, and I don't mean it in a controlling way. It's just that being around you made me feel more alive, more grounded, more myself. And I don't think anyone else could ever understand or appreciate you the way I do. The way you carry yourself, the grace, the confidence, the quiet strength, it's intoxicating. I find myself replaying moments in my mind, watching how you moved, how you spoke, how you looked at the world with this blend of curiosity and calm. I studied everything about you without even realizing it, your gestures, your expressions, your silences. And I fell in love with every part of it. With every part of you. Even now, with all the distance and all the silence, my feelings for you haven't faded. If anything, they've only deepened. Time apart has shown me how significant our connection was, how rare it is to find someone who stirs your soul and makes you see the world differently. I didn't cherish that connection the way I should have, and I live with that regret. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if you'll ever want to hear from me again, or if this space between us is permanent. But I needed to express this, not to win you back, not to manipulate anything, but simply to be honest. You deserve that honesty. And above all else, you deserve peace. You deserve happiness. You deserve to be loved fully, without hesitation or harm. If that love can't come from me, then I hope it finds you elsewhere, in someone who sees what I see in you, and never takes it for granted. But if there's ever a moment in the future where you're open to hearing from me again, know that I'll be here, with a heart that's grown, a mind that's clearer, and a soul that still carries you in it. Hurting you was, without a doubt, the worst thing I have ever done. There isn't a day that goes by where I don't reflect on my actions and feel the deep weight of regret. Looking back, I now truly understand what I have lost, and the reality of it cuts deep. I miss you, not just in passing thoughts or occasional moments, but in a constant, persistent way that lingers with me. It's a kind of emptiness that I can't seem to shake, no matter how much time passes. The moments we shared, the conversations we had, the connection we built, all of that meant more to me than I realized at the time, and now, being without it feels like I've lost a part of myself. Every time I picture you in my mind, I see the sadness in your eyes. It haunts me, knowing I caused that pain. I feel so shameful, not just for hurting you, but for not giving you and our bond the time, attention, and care it deserved. You were always there, offering me genuine affection, support, and honesty, and I took that for granted. I allowed myself to get distracted by things that didn't matter, and in doing so, I failed to show you how important you truly were to me. That failure weighs heavily on my heart. I find myself constantly talking to myself about you. I'll be walking down the street or lying in bed at night, and suddenly, I'll hear your voice in my mind or remember something you said or did. Sometimes, the mere thought of you is enough to bring a small, fleeting smile to my face, followed by a wave of sadness, because I know I pushed away someone irreplaceable. I don't think you realize just how much you mean to me. You weren't just someone I was spending time with, you became a meaningful part of my world, someone I admired deeply, even if I never said it enough. Through your actions, your honesty, and the way you carried yourself, you showed me what it means to love someone with integrity and truth. You were never fake, never manipulative, never selfish. You were real, sincere, and full of kindness. You demonstrated time and again that you deserved a man who would treat you with the same respect and care that you gave so freely. Looking back, I see now that you didn't need someone who played games or kept things uncertain. You deserved a man who would show up for you fully, without hesitation, someone who knew your worth and never made you question it. You are unlike anyone I've ever met. There's something about you, your spirit, your kindness, your strength, that sets you apart from every other woman I've known. You're gentle in a way that brings comfort and calm to those around you. You're dependable, someone who keeps their word and shows up when it matters most. I always felt safe with you, emotionally and mentally. You made it easy for me to be myself, to open up, and to feel understood. That's a rare and beautiful gift, and I now understand how lucky I was to experience it. What's even more humbling is how you made me feel valued for even the smallest things I did. Whether it was a simple gesture, a kind word, or an act of support, you always made me feel like it mattered. You saw the good in me, even when I couldn't see it in myself. And that, more than anything, made me want to be better, for you, and for us. But I realize now that wanting to be better isn't the same as actually doing better. I see the gap between my intentions and my actions, and I take full responsibility for that. If I could go back in time and make different choices, I would, without hesitation. But I know that words alone can't undo the hurt I caused or erase the disappointment I left behind. All I can do now is speak honestly from my heart and hope that, in some way, my sincerity reaches you. I want you to know that I am truly sorry. Not just sorry for hurting you, but sorry for not recognizing your worth soon enough. You didn't deserve to be treated with anything less than love, consistency, and respect. You've taught me more than you know, about love, about vulnerability, and about what it means to be present in a relationship. I carry those lessons with me now, and they've changed me. I don't expect anything from you, but I want you to know how deeply I appreciate you, and how much I still care. No matter what happens next, I will always hold a special place in my heart for you. And I will always be thankful for the time we shared and for the person you are.